Hey y'all.
Oh, Viva la Raza! Oh, Eddie
What?
Guerrero has started playing in my head for some reason. You know, we lie, we cheat, we steal.
What?
Eddie Guerrero, that's what started playing in my head. We lie, we cheat, we steal. We lie, we cheat,
Why?
we steal.
I know who he is, but why?
I don't know. Welcome to today's show, everybody. I'm Martel Roland.
And I'm Tina Marie. Hey y'all.
And we winging tonight's show because I was out working today, y'all. I was busy. Then yesterday I got home from the workhouse and I got in the bed. I didn't get out of bed until about 9 o'clock today, and I went out and started working again.
Mm,
So
mm, mm.
so yeah, um I didn't plan nothing for today's show, but I do got some clips from y'all, some clips that we haven't used in previous videos. We do got some clips and stuff in there for y'all. It's a holiday weekend. I don't know what y'all.
Why did I ever tell you about these things? Why
I
did
don't know
I
what y'all be
ever
saying. What? What?
why did I ever tell you about Amazon and the wine things? You still got the one thing that pours?
Hmm.
You still got the one thing that pours?
Yep. The automatic one. I ain't charged it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm eating.
You so bougie.
Mm.
I'll drink to that.
Drink to that.
Clink.
Clink, 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 clink. So, like I said, welcome to today's show. It's a holiday weekend. I'm gonna take Tina's advice that she said earlier on the tetraphone today. I'm not drinking and driving this weekend.
Absolutely not, because
On
they out
every
there.
on every last corner. They even had the horses out on that's the horses out on the radio. I'm about to say the horses out on the radio. The police out on horses today. That's just how serious they was about today. It's the 31st. So, the people got them checks and stuff. So I guess they fear they got to be out here on time. Because left and right, they had people pulled over. I was on the highway. They had a yellow truck pulled over. Tina. I told Tina that they might be getting human traffic. That traffic had going on. They had the human trafficker going on and stuff. And yeah, the human trafficker. That's why I thought that truck was pulled over. She said it could be for something else. Well, I don't know. It said bike pretzels or something pretzel on the back of it. I don't know, but it could have been human trafficker going on, and that's why they had it pulled over. Because I ain't never seen no truck pulled over on the side of the road by the sheriff on the highway right there. Human trafficker.
So just to be clear, we don't condone drinking and driving under any circumstance. We're just gonna throw that out there.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah, that part. I forgot you don't drink and drive. It's really bad to drink and drive and do stuff like that. It's bad for the body and you might hurt somebody else. There are some professional drunk drivers out there, but we don't praise professional
We don't condone that type of.
yeah, what she said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I said. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
Although I'm trying to get Tina to go on this boat on Saturdays. Hopefully we get her going on the boat this Saturday.
Woo, Lord, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be in the 90s.
Well,
And I
hopefully the
forgot.
boat got air conditioner.
Yeah, it should be air conditioned, but you never know. Shit happens.
I will act a fool. I will flip that whole boat over.
Not with me on it, though, and you can't even swim.
That is not the point. I can float, damn it. And that's all that matter. Somebody can while I'm floating, they can come out there and rescue me. That's all that matter. I can float.
I'm not gonna drag your ass back to shore.
Oh, well, somebody had they better call the National Geography to come out there and
Oh my
to
God.
rescue me. Yeah, call
The
the
National
National
Guard.
Geography. Yeah, them people. Call them out there to come help me. Because hell, somebody gonna have to come help me.
Oh Lord, we're just gonna get you a life vest.
I mean, I'll take the two. Like I said, I can float. Merry Christmas. Oh, speaking of, I think I found the video. So I think on the episode maybe the episode before the last. I don't know, but me and Tina was talking about storms.
We
So I
were.
found the video that I was looking for. That I remember I was gonna play it for y'all. He was talking about the granddaddy storm, winter storm that we're gonna have. So I'm gonna play that video for y'all before I get too drunk and forget.
Winter season is going to be really interesting because right now, all around the globe, there are major weather pattern changes going on, and these changes are going to directly affect our winter here in the US. Arctic blasts, blizzards, and even severe weather are all on the table. But the interesting part is where these things are going to happen. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about that and what you can expect in your own backyard. So you've probably heard about it by now, but El Nino is ramping up down here in the Pacific Ocean. This pretty much just means that the waters are getting much warmer than usual, and since this is such a big body of water, its temperature fluctuations have major impacts on the weather worldwide. For the past 3 winters, we've been in a La Nina, which is when those Pacific waters are actually colder than usual. So as we head into our first El Nino in quite a while, we're expecting some big changes. During a typical El Nino winter, we usually see an extended Pacific jet stream, and this brings a lot of storms into the south. We also tend to see the polar jet stream cut across the Great Lakes, allowing for much warmer than average air to build up underneath it in western Canada and through the northern US. At the same time, things get a lot wetter and somewhat colder down here in the south thanks to all the storminess. And in between all those areas, we usually end up a bit drier than normal, but things fluctuate a lot here. But here's the thing, what I just showed you was a typical El Nino, and what we're about to experience is anything but a typical El Nino. You see, here's where we are right now with sea surface temperatures in the Pacific, and here are all the specific places that we monitor when determining the intensity of an El Nino. You can see very clearly that we are warmer than average across the board. And you can also see here the long history of these waters being colder than average, but more recently things have actually kind of flatlined. And if the warming stopped here, we'd be looking at only a weak to moderate El Nino.
Is there a part 2 or something?
I don't feel like looking for it.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm just saying, like, everybody kept on saying, like, oh, we ain't gonna have that bad of a winter. So that was just like a short example of how because when the ocean is warmer, we're gonna have that granddaddy winter. So like I said, we had like the type of storm that he talking about is coming, is like the storm that we had back in 2012, where we got like 13 or 14 inches of snow.
I'm going to get my tissue and my water and my canned goods now.
You better start stocking them. Hey, Princess Leia. You better start stocking them now because it's coming. Y'all better start stocking up. If somebody, oh, I can't set up the thing because the FBI watching out. I don't want to be like the people that was on Judge Judy.
Oh my goodness. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't want to be like those people that was on there, that was on there some ABT. But I want to be them like them people on there. I'm just saying. But that is what's coming, y'all. Y'all better be the hell prepared. I know I'm gonna be prepared. No, I'm still gonna have to go to work. That's so sad.
Me too. I'm gonna be at work.
They're just like I'm a laborer, and I feel like since I'm a laborer, I should have to go to work on Laborer Day. And I feel like this is horrible. Even though this is a hospital, I feel like they should have some type of machines by now where the machines can take care of the patient for at least 24 hours by themselves. It needs to be something where the laborers can get off on holidays.
Sir, what? The machines are gonna take care of the. So who takes care of the machines?
I don't know. Hell, they need to be a way where all the laborers can be off on Laborer Day, so they can what they call it, celebrated for being a laborer on Laborer Day.
Well, that's what happens when you work in a hospital.
Burn it down.
Come on over to the clinic side.
I've been trying. I swear, I just been trying. I've been trying. They just won't let me because the only reason I keep telling people the only reason I stay is for the PTO. That's the only reason that I stay, because every 2 weeks I accumulate 9.1 hours of PTO every 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. That's the only reason why I stay.
Maybe I should have stayed there and just transferred. What? No. I like my holidays and weekends.
And then the max I can have in my bank is 320 hours. So when I leave to go on my cruise, I'm free to be off work for a whole entire month of doing nothing.
Jealous. Whoa, what's going on over there by you?
Hallelujah. I don't know. That's the distance away. I don't
Mm.
know. But yeah, it needs to be a way for laborers to be off on Laborer Day. Because Laborer Day weekend, and I gotta go fake smile.
You are needed. You are well loved. We appreciate you. Have this pizza.
I'm calling in.
Fuck up your holiday pay if you want to, your time and a half or whatever they give you.
Man, fuck that
Double
shit.
time.
That should only be like an extra $20 on my check after taxes. I don't give a fuck about holiday pay. Uncle Sal robbed me every time. Like they did, especially since we get paid weekly now. You really don't see the extra money now.
You better go adopt some kids.
And then fuck these kids.
I'm telling Torian and Amari and Corey.
Oh,
I
well, hell, I don't like them. They sticky
only got one that's sticky.
and they break
Maybe
stuff.
maybe one and a half.
And they break stuff. And they're expensive. Like, what does it look like? I gotta buy me an Xbox and you an Xbox? Oh no, one of us ain't gonna have no Xbox. I'm just saying.
You better learn how to share.
I ain't sharing shit.
See,
That's,
this is what I'm talking about.
that's what
You gotta be stopped.
the Lord knew not to give me no children. The Lord knew. He knew.
Oh, you don't have one.
Hallelujah.
You still young. You are.
Not the way how these knees feel. Hell no.
Well, you shouldn't be on them then.
Yeah, I be trying not to be on them, but hell, I can't help but be on them. I can tell y'all that inner hole come out. So, oh wait, you talking about word? My
I
bad.
can't take you anywhere.
My bad. Okay, she was talking about work. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Ooh-wee.
I
You
can't
been
help
cutting
it.
up all day.
I be needing my money. Hell, you know I like to shop and stuff. That's why my credit card bills is so damn high because I like to shop. Hell and eat.
Oh,
Hell, I was sitting up
Jesus.
here thinking about food I could order now. You know, I ate earlier. I had some Jersey Mike's earlier, and then old Yeller brought home some McDonald's. But hell, I'm like, hell, am I gonna be hungry again? I don't know.
You know how to cook.
I don't feel like cooking. Everything froze. And then I gotta wait for it to defrost. Even though by a certain time I'll be ready to be in the bed. I'm old.
Oh yeah. You're a young old person.
Yeah, you know I
Yeah.
gotta be back up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh, child.
I know that's all I'll be. Move now, Mr. Fly. This is my wine. Y'all better go find your own wine somewhere. Hell, stay away from mine.
So let's talk about Mitch McConnell, right? Because we always have to have like a political aspect. We got a couple of things to talk about in politics. We're gonna talk about the funny shit first, right?
Okay, Mitch McConnell face be too greasy all the time. I don't know why his old ass be having all that Vaseline on his damn face. He needs to go get a chin lift done because he got the turtle chin. It ain't turkey neck no more. It's turtle chin. That's what he got, a turtle chin. Like it looked like if he was to go like he'll look like a turtle. If he, try to bring his head to his shoulder. Yeah, he'll look like a turtle. Yeah, that's what it says. That's another thing. And then the other thing is he needs to get some new glasses because them glasses ain't doing him no justice. I think he wearing to make him so try to look smart or a sophisticated or something. I don't know, but he ain't no sophistication going on with them glasses on. So he needs to stop with that. I'm
All
just
right.
saying.
So in actual news, Mitch McConnell froze
It's a
yesterday.
robot.
He might just be. He froze yesterday when he was asked a question about if he was going to run again for term in 2026. I believe he's a senator from Kentucky, right? He used to be a lawyer, X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth.
He need to go back. He need to go back to retirement home in Kentucky. So
now he is 81 years old. I just found this out, right? Because I was like, well, how old is he? And then I was like, well, what's causing these pauses like that? As a medical professional, I think when somebody gets the pausing and staring out into the crowd, I think seizure, an absence seizure, where people just stop in the middle of talking and then come back to, right? So Apparently, he was checked out and cleared by the doctor. But then, me being me, I did a little bit more digging. Sounds like he had a fall earlier this year. I don't know where I was at or what happened, but he fell and he had a concussion and he broke a rib or a couple of ribs or something like that. He was hospitalized for 5 days. And that, may or may not have something to do with it. I don't know why he fell in the first place, right? But my thought is it's time for him to kind of hang that up, right? You 81, you've been doing this for a while. We talked about how we feel like certain government offices and positions should have an age cap on it. I have no idea. It's Kentucky, right? I have no idea like who's running against him, why he has been the incumbent for so long, so on and so forth. But
it's Kentucky. It's full of rednecks. Who you mean? Who running? Ain't no Democrats down there to run against rednecks.
I'm gonna get a gavel. I'm gonna buy a gavel and I'm gonna start beating it when you get out of control.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, who voting down there in Kentucky. Hell, ain't no black people voting in Kentucky if he got elected.
So, I'm just saying. So, he doesn't seem like I don't know anything about him. Joe Biden called him a friend, right? So they've probably been in the game with each other for a long time. Of course, they have crossed paths, probably kicked it, what have you.
They both 102 years old. They've been in politics since the 70s.
Joe Biden is older, so they're peers, right? I feel kind of sorry for him. That's a little scary to see something like that. And I just think it's time for him, to rest.
And they don't know when to call it quit.
Well, he's a lawyer, right? So he can still do some consulting work or something like that behind the scenes.
I'm just saying, like, older politicians don't know how to call it quit. Like, they keep running and running and running. Like, they be sitting and they be literally in office, holding a position in Congress and whatever, and they will literally hold that position and be dead. Then we got to run. Then we got to have special elections and all this other kind of stuff because you didn't know how to just call it quits. Hell, call it quits. Retire.
You definitely won't have to tell me twice. Now, I probably will still do my own thing on the side, but child, listen, I'm only gonna work full time at a 9-to-5 job for so long. I'm already thinking about investing in something that's gonna give me a residual income where I can just sit back and be on somebody's yacht.
I have a coworker right now whose job is very physical. He's on his feet the whole entire time he's there, and he's 73 years old. But because the cost of living is so expensive, people at his age who worked their whole life and they was told at that time, oh, you guys gonna be set up for life. Once you retire, you're gonna have this pension, you're gonna have this and that coming in. But then now that stuff that they was expected to live off of back then, they can't live off of it today. So now they gotta bring their old asses out of retirement and come to work. That's why you be seeing them old ass people at the Walmart door. Then they get mad at people, get mad at them talking about, well, why they here? They need to be somewhere retired. Like, hell, they try to live like you trying to live here. People old as hell. They gotta live. The cost of living is high as hell. Gas is high again. Rent is high again. The cost of medicine is high again. Everything just high. Hell, everything need to go high the hell up at this point, hell, because I'm tired of it. Everything need to go to hell.
You done?
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So, I'm gonna, I'm a praying type of person. I'm gonna pray for him.
Pray for him to retire. Donald Trump and Joe Biden too. They all need to retire. Anybody that's in office over 70 needs to retire.
So I do feel like it's kind of time for them to enjoy the rest of their lives, right?
The rest of their lives, it ain't nothing left. They don't been in Congress their whole life. It ain't nothing left, Tina. There's nothing left.
Well, whatever they got left, their families, try to have some enjoyable moments, make some memories with your families before it's your time to leave this earth. I say that for everybody. Keep that in mind. Nobody wants to work that long unless you have to. And why should you have to if you make the correct decisions when you're younger, right? And that's neither here nor there because you got entrepreneurs. You can invest and build businesses. They can go under because of the economy, X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth. But that's why I've always been a believer where you have to have one more than one source of income, because when it's time for you to step away for that primary source of income, you should have built up something, enough to carry you on out.
And travel.
Travel, right.
Some people get old and they just sit in the house, and once they start doing that, their health start to deteriorate and they dead. Travel, get out the house, go. Yeah, they be scared to go open up the with the MPS recreational book and go find old people activities. Go sit at McDonald's with the other old people and tell old people stories. Go get on a ship or aeroplane and travel the world to do something. Hell, just stop sitting in these houses deteriorating. That as soon as y'all retire, y'all just don't leave the house and deteriorate and die. Then all that money you don't work for and everything just gonna go to your damn kids. Hell, spend that money up. Fuck these kids. Spend your money up before you die. Hell, don't leave these kids nothing. They should be building their own fortune and making their own money and shit. Spend the damn money. Fuck these kids.
Well, I do believe in, so this is the thing. Your kids depend on you as a primary provider, right? You don't know because you don't have kids. And I do believe in leaving them something when the primary provider does pass, right? Now, yes, they should be it's ideal that they're well established in their career, but at the same time, like if I'm gonna go out with a bang, I got life insurance policies here, there, over there. So once I leave this earth, whenever that time is, if I'm young, if I'm old, my kids are gonna be set. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. What's in your bank account?
House, they can purchase another property, and then also, I'm just trying to instill in my kids. Okay, if I leave you this money, learn how to invest it. Don't just blow it, because you can definitely make a name for yourself or do. I expect for you to do better than I did in my lifetime, right? That's the job of a parent. That is the ultimate end goal for a parent, for their children to do better than they did. So that's my goal. I'm going to leave them more than enough money to pay off. Like if I don't live long enough to pay off for my house, they have more than enough money to pay off the house. They can keep it. They can sell it if they don't want to pay it off. They have enough money to buy a couple of more properties. I sit down and I talk to them about investing the money. If you want to start a business, you have enough of that. You start a business, you have enough of that. I speak to them about credit, personal credit, business credit, right? So in getting an education, choosing the right careers, and don't bounce around from major to major to major to major from like I did, even though all of those majors helped me to where I am, is going to help me to where I'm going to be. But I just feel like, when I hit a certain age, when I get in my 60s, I'm going to start thinking about retirement, right? But at the same time, I don't plan on working a full-time job, but I still do want to work. I want to teach, so that's going to be my thing. So in another 20-some years, I don't know if online school is going to be still a thing, if it's going to be virtual school, but I'm going to be on a yacht doing that, okay?
Well, I'm going to be living off
It's going to be telehealth visits, and I'm going to be teaching a course while I'm sitting on somebody's yacht. That's my end game, okay? Still bringing in that money. Hopefully, I have a business. My kids, if they're interested in running my business, they can.
Tina.
I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent. Sorry.
That's what life insurance is for. That money that's in your bank. You spend that shit. Like Georgia said, she said they told her that she needs to start saving money because she starts saving money for a rainy day. And she said, when you poor, black, and ugly, every day is a rainy day. Give me my damn money. And you spend that shit. That's what life insurance and stuff for. Although she ain't got no, she said.
I mean, yes, I'm going to spend the money that I got, but I'm smart enough to know that I got to have something in my. Sorry, I need to put that on Do Not Disturb next time. I'm smart enough to know that I gotta have something in my savings for a rainy day, right? Because everybody in my household depends on me.
I mean, you're talking about when you get older and you retire, spend that shit.
Oh, so I plan on being a globetrotter. I plan on being a globetrotter. I'm already, and I think you had the idea to put up a map. And I can start putting pins in everywhere that I've been. And I'm definitely going to do that. Oh, that's not out. Once my baby boy, once I hit 60, my baby boy will be, once I hit 58. My baby boy be grown, right? He'll be 18. So,
Oh, you old as hell.
so, so I ain't having no more damn kids. By the way,
Oh, your other one wants, so you gotta be his surrogate.
I'm who finna be pregnant again?
I don't know who the fuck gonna take care of that baby here. I don't even like taking care of me here. I'm expensive.
He better talk to. Well, she got a husband. I was gonna say he better talk to Mary or somebody. Y'all better go
The Mary don't
find a
have so many.
Kardashian or something.
She don't have so many high risk pregnancies. I wish she would get pregnant again.
Shit, my pregnancies was high risk. You just gonna volunteer me?
Yeah, but they had to go up in you while you was pregnant and sew your uterus closed to stop the baby from coming too early.
They was, which is why I was going to have ultrasounds every week.
Oh yeah, cause they had to do that with the first one. Look, I think he was a preemie. That poor baby.
I was a soldier. I didn't need to do it though.
So whoever's watching, hello. Thank y'all for watching. Hello.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Anywho, okay. So on to the next politics. I don't even know the guy name, right? I'm an avid listener of talk radio in the morning while I'm going to work because it'd be funny as hell. That's how I kind of keep up with current events. So I heard on talk radio, I believe it was. How dare you interrupt me with that?
You said current events. I pushed the current events button.
How dare you?
Okay, I'm behave.
So I don't know if you found the clip or not, but I'm gonna kind of talk about what happened. So there is a individual that's running for, I believe, the Republican nomination, right?
Oh, I forgot to find that video. It ain't Herman Cain, is it?
No. Let me see. He's running for the Republican nomination for president.
No, the Indian man, right? The Indian Republican. Yeah, okay, I remember now. Okay, I remember.
And
he was fine too.
He was cute and ignorant as can be.
I know, but hell, he looked like he laid on me, baby, laid on me. Oh.
His first name is Vivek. Vivek. Last name Rama Ramaswamy.
Nope, I can't take him serious with that name.
So he's an American entrepreneur and author. Okay. Let me see. So he's making some of the stupidest comments in my eyes. And
is he the man that said global warming isn't real?
I think that was him.
That mother, yeah, okay.
Yep. I think that was him. It says he made his fortune in pharmaceuticals and biotech. Okay, so that's something that my son want to get into is like biotech stuff. Woo, his net worth is over $950 million as of
I take everything I said back about your name. Okay. I take everything I said back.
So he is Indian, not as in Native American for people who don't know the difference.
India, he's from India, across the ocean. His people from across the ocean over there and somewhere in Asia.
So he made the comment about, they're taking away, what is it called? Where minorities or less fortunate people can affirmative action, right? So he's for that, and they're taking away affirmative action for people that want to get into college. Now, his suggestion was to replace affirmative action with kind of like, I don't know, people my age may remember this, when they had kind of like that presidential fitness test when we were in school, where they made you, when you're in gym class, you did your sit-ups, your push-ups, your pull-ups, and you had to run. So he wants to bring that for people on the SAT as part of the SAT, I believe is what they said on this talk show. I didn't verify these comments, by the way. He wants to put this as part of the SAT for people who don't do well on the SAT to still have an edge, right? Now, from what the talk show was saying, that he was basically directing this as a replacement for affirmative action. So people are taking it as minorities, right? Most people who benefit from affirmative action have been Black people historically, right? To get into colleges or schools that they wouldn't have been able to get into if this law wasn't in place. So now everybody's in an uproar. I mean, they're calling it a dog whistle, you know. Hey, you didn't do good on your SATs. Let me see how long you can run. Let me see how many sit-ups you can do. Oh yeah, I want you because you can play good on our professional teams. So when I heard it, I felt like it was more of a way to scout people without technically scouting people and offering them money to, you know, recruiting them to come to the college. So it kind of gets, in my eyes, it kind of gets rid of all of that. And I just think it's stupid. Why would you think that should be part of you being able to get into a college or a university? Hell, half of America is obese and out of shape. Okay. I haven't been in my prime for a long motherfucking time. I'm not even gonna lie about that. You know what I'm saying? But and then not everybody is interested in sports. Like everybody is not an athlete. So why would you include that in something as part of, hey, if you do well on this, even though you did bad on the academic portion, you can still get in? No, I feel like it should still be old-fashioned way where schools send out scouts to go check out these people actually playing the sports, right? Because that makes a whole lot of difference. Somebody can run fast, somebody can do sit-ups, somebody can do pull-ups. That means nothing. It's like actually playing a sport incorporates so much other things. Just how you play well against different opponents, how you play well with your team, who's the leader of the team, you know, things like that. That matters. And if you take away that portion and people only rely on how well you do on the physical fitness portion of a SAT, it's just dumb. Martel, what do you think? Oh, okay, I guess you don't think nothing. So let me know your thoughts and comments on that. Do some research, come back, tell me some facts about that. And I just feel like
I had to move to a different spot. Some niggas came, you know, somebody gave some niggas some money and some niggas around me, so I had to move to a different spot. I think that's some bullshit. Like you said, not everybody likes the sports, like to do sports house. Some people like basketball. What about the people who you know has sucked at school on the SATs, but they're good at creative writing? What about the people who are interested in art, who are good painters and all these other kind of things? Acting. A lot of people go to school for acting. What if they're good at acting, but not physically good at doing physical stuff? You know, we gotta stop the mess, stop the shenanigans.
So I just went to the Business Insider website. It says that he thinks college applications should include a 1-mile run and other parts of the president fitness test. Now, so they did it when I was in high school. I don't think they do it anymore, honestly. I think they got rid of it. He said colleges should screen applicants on a physical fitness, such as a 1-mile run.
I know that if your kid has a unique name, it's gonna be harder for them to get into a university because of their name. They do based on who they went to their school based on your name. So they look at your name and like just say, yeah. So if you have a name that looks that's how these people parents be trying to get their kids these unique names like Aquanetta, Shaquika, and all these other kind of names, stuff like that. It's gonna be very hard for your child to get into a higher education, especially like an actual 4-year university. It's very hard. They look at them kids' name and be like, no, because when they look at certain names, you look at it like his name got to be attached to poverty, even though they probably wasn't raised in poverty. But with a name like that, you look at it like You look at the name sometime before you see the person. You be like, they gotta be ghetto as hell.
So I'm all for unique names because I'm actually attracted to guys that have unique names, but that's a whole nother story.
But that's a
But
different kind of unique that you're talking about,
exactly,
though.
exactly.
You know,
So
I'm
it's
talking about
like
the Quamarians, the Quamarians, the Jaquisha, Quanisha, the Keisha, the Monica, uh, all that kind of shit. Like, no, they look at that and be like, no.
well, that's what happens sometimes, unfortunately. I mean, my kids have, so my first child has a basic name, but it's spelled different. So that's the route that I went. So my oldest child name is spelled different. He has a common name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then my second child has a common name for that period because I actually named him after somebody that played in basketball, but I didn't spell it the same way. I actually took the apostrophe out of that name and I added a double R, right? So
Mm-hmm.
'cause I don't know, apostrophes and names for me, especially I have boys, right? So, and then my third child, he has a very common name, right? And mm, we decided to name my last child with the same first initial that we both had. Now, I will say, and I don't know if he watching this, he probably ain't, I don't care. His original name that he wanted me to name him was so ghetto to me. And yes, it is, Erica. Yes, it is. It is. Absolutely, absolutely 100%. You know what? I'm going to touch upon that. So I did find something that he said, so I'm going to read it real quick. So in 190 words screed on Twitter, Ramaswamy said that he believes that colleges and universities will deprioritize applicants' standardized tests when reviewing applications in the wake of the Supreme Court's recent ruling against affirmative action practices, including relying on subjective factors, right? So, subjective factors are in quotation marks. We could talk about that later. To combat this, the candidate said that the College Board should add a physical fitness section to the SAT instead of just math and reading sections. It noted the section could possibly resemble the former presidential fitness test. Okay, so it doesn't still happen because it says former, which it consisted of a 1 mile run, sit-ups, pull-ups, and more.
But don't the SAT is not just reading and math. It's like science, English. It's a whole bunch of other subjects in the SAT test.
So when I took the SATs was more primarily focused on science and math. The
Right.
ACT, which I feel like it's more accepted in colleges now, does give like a broader range of reading comprehension, science, math, things like that. The SAT, I feel like really didn't touch upon reading and comprehension skills, so that matters more science and math. Because you got to think about it, back in those times, people were more skilled workers and they thought about, okay, science and math, science and math, science and math. You
Uh-huh.
know? So I took both. My oldest son didn't take the SAT, he only had to take the ACT.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but that has nothing to do with physical fitness, right? So, like I said, I feel like those two things should be separate. Everybody doesn't do sports. So, why would you
But
suggest that
but
the
what does
SAT?
but what does physical fitness have to do with somebody's thinking ability? Is what I want to
That
know.
that's exactly what we're talking about because the SAT doesn't even really incorporate reading comprehension. So why would you incorporate physical fitness ability on an SAT? It's really stupid to me.
On the most
Now,
be on.
now, if a college, if a student goes to college and they're interested in sports, you have to do tryouts. Now, if they want to reopen the idea of having the presidential fitness, physical fitness exam, as part of your tryouts, then okay, I get it, because they're actively applying for sports. So if you want them to run a mile, if you want to do sit-ups, pull-ups, X, Y, and Z, then do it. You know, but like I said, historically, a lot of colleges, when they're scouting their prospective athletes, they go see them, you know, playing at high school. They go see them playing at, you know, like summer leagues, AAU. You know, this is where the scouts, and I feel like that's where you need to see these kids at. They're in their environment. You know, they're doing what they love. They're actually actively playing the sport that you want to recruit them for, because just putting it on a SAT, it means nothing, because everybody is not going to participate in the sport. And yes, that's some slave ass shit, Erica. Absolutely. Because it's just stupid. You know, I don't know. To me, it's actually kind of scary to hear people say things like that out loud, because it's like, what are they not saying out loud? You get what I'm saying? And yes, I feel like, and that's what they said on that radio show that I was listening to, that talk radio show I was listening to the other day. They said it was more like a dog whistle. Like, jump here, let me see you do that. Jump here, let me see you do that. It's like a fucking dog show.
Like how they used to do the slaves back in the day to determine a slave's physical fitness or whatever.
Where should I put you at?
It's just like that. Yeah, he needs to go burn in hell for that.
Yes, so that make me feel some type of way. I don't like it. I don't want my kids to be subjected to it, even though they're athletes. My kids are athletes, and you know, if they did the presidential physical fitness exam or test, they probably would do very well. But I don't want that to have to be, you know, an indication to get into college, because college is actually about your brains, and sports are extracurricular at this point. So that's my rant for that.
Yay, rant! Oh wait, my bottle ain't open.
Oh, I drank my bottle. It's all gone. It's all gone.
Oh, we got another.
I
Oh wait.
To that.
Oh shit! This is little on my screen.
I agree. Why take something away like affirmative action and then try to implement a solution? Because they know they fucked up. And I will say this, since they have taken away affirmative actions, I feel like affirmative action applied more to like colleges and universities, right? Where we have our minorities trying to get in and having that access to getting a 4-year degree, getting a master's, getting a doctorate, right? To elevate themselves and their families. That's the idea, right? Now I feel like since they've taken away affirmative action, there's going to be more people going to more like the MATCs, the WCTCs to get a trade. So I have seen where I feel like trades are more on the rise now. Welding, construction, you know, things like that, like plumbing, you know what I'm saying? Culinary arts, barber, and what they call it is cosmetology. So more of I feel like we're kind of regressing, but my mom always told me that history repeats itself like every 20 years or so, and I see it coming back around, right? Because I've been alive long enough to see it. So it's going to be, especially with the pandemic happening. And we talked about this, Anthony, where a lot of like my kids' generation are not interested in going to school because it costs too much. You know, the benefit, the risk outweigh the benefits of going to college now. So it's like, you know, I go to college for 4 years and I'm in this debt, and then what? You know, so it's not shaping up to be the same thing. Where
I had a cousin who worked for a company, and they had told her, go back and take these classes, and we'll promote you. They promoted her. They told her to, oh, go back and get your bachelor's in this, and we'll give you this position. She went back and got her bachelor's. She did it. She went back, and then they told her like, oh, if you want to go up here, you need to go back to school and get, a certificate for this. She went back. Then, and then they got to the point where, they told that she was trying to apply for the position. So, like, y'all sent her to go back to school and all these different certificates, and she went got her bachelor's degree, and then she went back to her master's degree. So then y'all told her to go through all this work to get the degrees and stuff like that. And then now she applying for a position where, it'll put her degree to use that she got to use. But then they told her, like, oh, because of the other certificates and stuff that she got qualified. And if you didn't give her a position. And so now within that same industry and the jobs that she was applying for, she kept getting you're overqualified. So now I don't spend all this money and when we took out these loans and everything else to pay for all these classes to get all this get certified and all that stuff and get a master's degree, and now y'all tell me I'm overqualified. And now I'm just stuck in my and so they eventually are like, oh well, they ended up returning from her position anyway because she was too expensive.
Yes.
And overqualified for her own position that she was in.
So I'm always going to say that I feel like experience is going to outweigh education. Okay? If you come to me and you already got the skills, proven skills, I'm going to hire you. Why? Because you're going to get the job done and I'm going to give you the money, right? Mm-hmm. So, like in certain fractions of the economy, like healthcare with me, they expect for you to have a degree, and that's fine. I feel like that's one fraction of the economy where getting a degree and advancing up in a degree pays off in certain instances, right? Which is why I invested my time and energy and money in getting a degree in healthcare. But I do feel like, there's other skill sets that make just as much money as I do, and they only went to MATC, right? So like carpentry, plumbing, welding, these are the things that now, or even fucking driving trucks, they make money too. You know what I'm saying?
You go to school for a respiratory therapist for about 18 months and still make quite a really good living off of just being a respiratory therapist.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like this generation, my oldest son generation, is kind of moving away from getting that 4-year degree unless they are seeking something, really up there, because it doesn't pay off. Mm-hmm. You're going to be paying loans for the rest of your life, and it's like you really didn't move up. Yeah, you got the education. Yeah, maybe you got a better job if you get a chance to get a job where you actually love working with the people in the company that you're working with, then that's good. Otherwise, it's like, you can be an entrepreneur. Look at all these people that's walked away from what they were doing for a job and started being like Instagram influencers.
I'm gonna put Tori in the Tori ain't gonna get signed to WWE watch.
What?
Uh-huh.
You know what? I'm not gonna deal with you. But
him and Triple D gonna be world heavyweight champions. Just watch.
Oh my God. Stop trying to use my kids.
Well, I included my nephew.
How is he doing, by the way? He was just over there. Oh my God.
Remote.
Remind me to get you that t-shirt that says Deadbeat Uncle.
I saw him, last time I saw him. What month is it? August? It might have been June the last time I saw him.
He was just over there.
I probably wasn't at home.
Oh my God. You need to come pick up these clothes for him.
Oh, this is a nice remote over here. This is real nice. Is this HD?
I'm not going to deal with you. I'm not going to deal with you. I'm not finna deal with you. By the way, thank
I'm
you,
the-
Erica.
I know. I said she picked a fat one.
A what?
Now we know Erica like them fat now.
Ah! I'm done. Bye.
It's the alcohol. Oh Lord, see y'all gonna get me in trouble.
Okay,
Oh Lord.
so what? So what's the next? So I did my spill for a good 30 minutes. What's the next topic?
I got one for you. Here we go right here.
If there's one thing in my life that I will never understand is how people go to a car dealership. There's hundreds of cars to choose from, and they choose a fucking Kia Soul. And not only do they choose a Kia Soul, they choose a green Kia Soul. What the fuck is that?
Okay, wait. You need to back off the color green because I love the color green. Green is money. Green is money, honey. Okay, I'm always gonna love the color green.
It is. But for the love of God, who goes to a car dealership like, yeah, give me that Kia Soul? Like, who does that?
You remember the commercials they had with the little animals getting in and out the Kia Soul when it first came out?
I hated those cars so much I probably never paid attention to that commercial. That is
Yeah, they
one
used to advertise it with the little, like, they look like little chipmunks getting in and out the car.
Those cars and Priuses need to go in the garbage. And in my new car, the new thing that needs to go in the garbage now because it pisses me off is always a damn Subaru hatchback and a damn Prius holding up traffic on the highway every damn morning. There's this heifer that work in the OR at work. She drives the raggediest brown Dodge Caravan, and all the hubcaps is missing off of it. And it pisses me off every time I stood behind her because she wants to drive under the speed limit every damn morning, knowing damn well I left my house late trying to work. All the time I left the house late. Now I don't need criminal speed to get all the way out there to the place. It's gonna be a time where I'm doing 86 going to work. And then next thing if I get off on the highway, then they try to make everything one damn lane now for some reason. You got one lane going east, one lane going west, one lane going north, one lane going south, one lane going southeast. But it's too many damn one lane. And this bitch knows it's one lane. They want to drive 3 miles under the damn speed limit. It makes me angry.
You done?
Burn her house down. I feel better now.
All right. So I want to kind of switch the momentum. Let's talk relationships out here.
Oh God! We got how much time? Okay, we got about 6 minutes. Okay.
We got about 6 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. That's Torian want to join in the conversation. He got his.
Hey, buddy. Hey. I gotta get you ready for your WWE debut. Okay, what we talking about with relationships? What's going on here? Because I'm letting you know oh my God, y'all almost got put out.
Why is there a lack of good people out here now? Like,
first of all,
my grandmother, my mother didn't have a problem finding a good person. Like, what is going on?
Because here's the problem. See, back then, and people get together, they get married and stuff. They had a side piece and stuff, but the main wife would never know about the side piece. But the main wife did know about the side piece. The side piece knew not to bring the drama to the main wife's house. The side piece knew her place. They knew their place back in the day. Now they don't know their places. The side piece, when they come up to the main piece house, you can't do that these day and ages. But at the same time, you got the back of the day, you have the men and women that were faithful to that one man and that one woman, or that one man and that one man and that one woman and that one woman. You know what I mean? But in other way, they were faithful. Now everybody's all. Sorry, I got to rephrase that. It's how many girls they can. Let me phrase that again. How many women they can fuck in a week? I smash, I smash such and such. It's all about how many girls they smash. Like, I feel like at this day and age, like, people body counts is so damn high. Like, my body count is on. It's it ain't that high, goddamn high, damn it. It's still, I can still, it still ain't 10 people. But the point is, people body count now be, oh, I slept with 200. How the hell did you sleep with 200 man and you only 22 years old? Like, how? That's just like, my one friend, I'm proud of him because he spoke his truth or whatever. He's not ashamed of it. He was like, well, in the course of a weekend, I slept with 100 and some men, and
Wait. Oh, Lord Jesus.
what?
What did you just say?
Who, my friend? Oh yeah, my friend, one of my TikTok friends. He my friend. That's my buddy. He my buddy though. He was like, yeah.
Tell
He
me
said
something
he
with
not
the
ashamed to
clip.
talk about it. He not ashamed to talk about it. He was like, yeah, because he got one of those special pages, OnlyFans. But he was like, yeah, he slept with like 100 and some people in a span of a weekend.
How? How is that physically possible?
It'd be a bunch of men in one room, and they all just sometimes, it'd be one person that's willing to receive, and that one person would get, by all the different men in the room,
Okay, wait.
like a
I
gangbang.
understand that part, but at what point do you lose pleasure?
Oh, but he was so high. They do poppers, and they'll do. He said, I think he
Oh
said
my
that they do
God.
X and other stuff. So he said it takes away the pain. So you just. But yeah, but like I said, people body is about all these people. They just want to constantly sleep around different people. Like for me, the reason why I feel like I like being in a relationship is just the simple fact that you ain't gotta go look for none. All you gotta do is turn over and be like, let's do it. Type stuff. That's all you got to do. But then now,
That's
but
all
then
you
like,
look for in a relationship.
I mean, there's other stuff other stuff. But I'm just saying, when it comes to like sexual stuff, I feel like that's why this new generation is. That's all. It's all about sexual. Everything is sex, sex, sex. So I'm just saying, I can just roll over and be like, let's do it, and be like that. But then, like when you're single, you got to constantly go and look for somebody to do it with. Then you got to do. Then you don't know if they clean. You don't know if they carrying stuff. You don't know if they got this. To be honest, some people don't care. They just sleep with anything that they're walking. Don't even care if the person got HIV, syphilis, herpes. They don't care what the person got. They just sleeping with people. So I'm just saying. So I'm just saying. Some people just don't care. But I'm saying that's why people need to start putting the effort into making relationships work and being committed to one person. If you commit to that one person, one person will treat you well, unless they're damn asshole cheating all the time. Then you gotta drop that person all the way down to the depths of hell. That's where you gotta take their soul and dig their hole. But I'm just saying.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So, from my perspective in my age group, I mean, I feel like women of my age are looking for a little bit more stability, somebody they can have fun with, but that's committed to them, right?
Uh-huh.
So, and I'm gonna say committed like this because every woman wants something different. Okay. Some women are okay to have like threesome, foursomes, X, Y, and Z, orgies, things like that. But some women want monogamy. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I feel like you're right. Who the hell at my door? Hold on. I feel like
Ooh. And they ring your
I
doorbell. You not get cussed out when I ring your doorbell.
because you ring it like 5, 6 times.
But that's how you know it's me.
Oh, it's just my kid. It's one of my kids. Say hi, Tori.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, buddy. Wait,
Hi.
hold the hell on. Hold the hell on. Put Corey back on the
Who?
phone.
Lynn?
Good.
You just saw Lynn?
Glenn.
Glenn. Oh, my cousin Glenn. Okay.
No. Put Corey back on the camera. Corey, where the hell is your house key? You was too damn old to not have your damn house key. Where the hell is your
Yeah,
house key?
you're
You
right.
shouldn't be
You're
ringing the doorbell to get in the house at your age. Take your damn house key with you.
right. Sorry. Oh.
Hell, making me have to fuss at this
Yeah,
time of night.
turn on this.
When?
Like today, right now.
That's what I'm telling
Okay.
you.
Anywho,
18 is like
okay.
half kids.
All right. So back to what I was talking about. So me as a woman, that's something like STDs, STIs, things you can't get rid of. That's a very big factor in me choosing to be with somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to catch something I can't get rid of, right?
Exactly.
Um, and I do agree with you. People are just out here just doing whatever, having whatever, just being oblivious or don't care to what's going around because they think everything is cured. So I do feel like it's a
People
lot
got
of.
away from dating, and even if they get in a relationship and they get in a relationship with somebody, it's like, okay, yeah, we're in a relationship in a relationship, we're committed to each other, whatever. But at the same time, a relationship can get boring, and I understand relationships get boring sometimes. But at the same time, you in a relationship, you have to still date that person, like take them out on dates, spend that time together, make them feel special, make them feel wanted. You got to date each other still, even though it's a committed relationship. That's how you keep the flame going. Willing to try new stuff in bed, to something.
Well, sounds like you had a lot to say about that, Martel.
Oh, oh. I'm just saying.
I'm
I mean,
just gonna stay
that's
in my
really
lane. I'm just gonna
that
stay in
just
my
that.
lane.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, a relationship can get boring. That's why I feel like a lot of people do break up, or they want to go their separate ways, or they just stay with the person and just cheat because they feel the situation that they're in. They starting to find it boring, and instead of finding new ways to have fun with that person, you just keep doing the same old thing instead of trying to find new ways. And that's how a lot of relationships, I feel like, end up ending.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Like I
Well,
said, you
looks
could
like
be
we.
faithful to a person.
Well, it looks like we at our time. Unfortunately, we can continue this conversation at the next podcast next week on Thursday.
Drink to that. Oh, we're doing final thoughts. What's final thoughts?
Okay, so final thoughts for me. I did feel some kind of way, as you guys probably can kind of discern from me spending a large amount of time talking about this whole, thing with the um athleticism, being able to get into college, but being as a requirement on the SAT. I feel like that's bullshit. Um, I do feel like these candidates, and honestly, I've only been hearing about Republican candidates for the upcoming presidential election. I just feel like it's just a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like it's getting worse and worse as time goes on. Like, as the quality of candidates that we have running to basically serve and lead our nation, you know? So
Right.
I don't really feel like if we have any really good candidates for our younger population to get out there and vote, is really no motivation. Like Obama, I get it. It's a lot of motivation behind him to vote. But now, everybody crazy as fuck. Um,
Mhm.
and nobody is talking about anything that people really give a fuck about. And the shit that we do present to them, they don't really care about, or they make stupid things, like they make stupid comments about things we care about, like global warming isn't real. Well, obviously it is, and we're seeing the effects now. So I just hope that our country kind of turns it around. Um, and we start to see, sometime in my lifetime, I would like to see a turnaround in leadership with our country. Get somebody younger in office, um, that can kind of, you know, relate to the older generation because they have their parents in the younger generation because that's where they are. And I feel like that's what's going to unite the country. Myself, I wanna say that, I've always been largely Democrat, but now, hearing Democrat and Republican, I feel like we need a strong independent person that's gonna come through and kind of unite the country. And that's my final thought.
My final thought is there needs to be more drink to that moments in the world. Um, um, uh, I feel like anybody who was born during the silent generation should just not be allowed to run for office anymore. I feel like like we don't even have anybody from Gen X. Like nobody who's considered a Gen X has not run for president at all. So it's like we need to do something. There needs to be some changes made. So silent generation and baby boomers at this point, after their terms are up, should not be allowed to run for a sitting position again, and and would then stop buying Kia Souls.
Oh my goodness.
That's my final thought. And don't forget to head over to habitsnewyork.com. Use collected first, see 20% off your purchase. And don't forget to have a restsports.com. Use code Martel 13 receive 5 10% off your purchase. And make sure y'all don't hurt y'all selves. All right, we're gonna see y'all on the next episode. Okay, all right now. Okay, we'll see y'all. Okay, all right, all right.